Have you ever felt like life was holding you back just when you were about to break through? Maybe it wasn't punishment, maybe it was protection. Sometimes the universe closes a door not to deny you, but to save you. What you wanted so badly might have led you to pain, regret, or a dead end. And so, what looked like failure was grace in disguise. We often think, if only I had succeeded. But sometimes, not getting what you want is the best thing that could ever happen to you. In ancient Eastern wisdom, there's a saying, what is gained might not always be a blessing. What is lost might not be a curse. What's meant for you cannot be taken away, and what's not meant for you will never stay, no matter how tightly you hold on. There's a timing to life, a rhythm, and when things don't go your way, it doesn't mean you've failed. It might mean something better is on its way, something aligned with who you're becoming, not who you used to be. Have you ever wondered why some things come effortlessly into your life while others remain just beyond your reach, no matter how hard you chase? Ancient wisdom teaches us that fate has its own way of working things out. When fate arrives, no effort is needed. When fate is absent, no effort is enough. Life has its own rhythm, its own timing. You can't force what isn't meant to be. True strength lies not in controlling outcomes, but in knowing when to step back and trust. Think about the river. It never fights against obstacles. It simply finds a new path, trusting that it will reach the ocean in its own time. Relationships, opportunities, and moments in life are exactly the same. Some people stay, others leave. Each has their purpose, their moment, and their lesson. Letting go doesn't mean you've lost control. It means you've found wisdom, the wisdom to embrace life's flow, trusting that every ending quietly holds space for a new beginning. Your greatest power isn't in forcing fate, but in gracefully moving with it. We often cling to outcomes, believing that what we desire defines our happiness. But life shows us a deeper truth. What you gain through force or manipulation rarely stays and often comes with hidden costs. There's an ancient wisdom that says, what you chase desperately may not belong to you, and what truly belongs to you, even if lost, will always find its way back. Everything in life moves in cycles of cause and effect, karma. Every action creates an echo. Every choice leaves a mark. Shortcuts taken through dishonesty, deception, or desperation must eventually be paid back, sometimes at a higher price. Real fulfillment doesn't come from grasping tighter. It comes from knowing when to open your hands and let go. After you've done your best, release your attachment to the outcome. If it's meant for you, it will return naturally. If it leaves, trust that its departure is a quiet blessing. Life's true treasures aren't those held tightly, but those received gracefully. Your genuine possessions, relationships, opportunities, and inner peace arrive without struggle and remain without chains. Letting go is never losing. It's making room for what truly belongs to you. Remember, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal can remain. The wisdom of life lies not in how much you hold, but in how gracefully you let go. Every person you meet enters your life for a reason. No encounter is random. No relationship is accidental. Each has a unique role in shaping who you become. Some people bring you joy. They make your journey brighter and remind you of life's beauty. Cherish these souls because their presence is a quiet gift. Others enter your life as lessons. They may disappoint you, betray you, or leave you wounded. Yet even these relationships serve a profound purpose. They teach you resilience, boundaries, and the strength of your own heart. Then there are those who pass through briefly, leaving behind valuable experiences. They might not stay long, but their brief appearance can shift your perspective forever. And finally, there are the ones who create beautiful memories. They touch your life so deeply that even after they've gone, their impact stays with you, shaping your story in ways you never imagined. Life, after all, is a series of meetings and partings. Some people are destined to stay longer, others only for a fleeting moment. Accepting this natural rhythm helps you live with openness and gratitude, even amidst goodbyes. When someone leaves, don't see it as loss. See it as life-making space for what's next. Every ending quietly opens a door to a new beginning. Remember, everyone you meet is part of your journey, and every interaction, no matter how small, is shaping the person you're meant to become. There was a woman who seemed to lose everything. She spent years desperately chasing motherhood through multiple failed IVF attempts. She endured heartbreak from betrayal in love, watched family bonds crumble, and at the age of 48, found herself alone, empty-handed, feeling abandoned by life itself. Yet, at that very moment, when everything seemed lost, she discovered something invaluable: herself. Only after letting go of what she thought defined her, relationships, expectations, and illusions, did she truly begin to heal. The loss of her toxic marriage wasn't punishment, it was liberation. Losing family support wasn't abandonment, it was the universe teaching her self-reliance. In her emptiness, she found strength. In her solitude, she rediscovered her voice. In losing everyone else's love, she learned how to finally love herself. What initially felt like devastation became her greatest turning point. Her pain carved a deeper wisdom and compassion within her. The woman who emerged from these trials was no longer defined by others. She was self-aware, empowered, and whole, perhaps for the first time in her life. This is life's profound lesson. Sometimes the path to your true self lies through loss and heartbreak. The universe doesn't break you to punish you. It breaks you open to reveal the strength within. When everything falls apart, look closely. Life may be quietly offering you the greatest gift, a chance at rebirth, a chance to finally become who you were always meant to be. Sometimes the path to greatness begins with unfair labor and silent trials. There was once a young monk who spent every day working tirelessly, cleaning, sweeping, carrying heavy buckets of water, while the other monks appeared to spend their time calmly meditating or studying sacred texts. He often wondered why his master was so unfair, burdening him with constant chores while others lived more peacefully. He couldn't see the reason behind his exhausting routine, and resentment quietly began to build within his heart. Then, one day, the monastery faced a great test. A rigorous spiritual journey was announced. Only the monk with the greatest endurance, discipline, and inner strength could undertake it. To everyone's surprise, the young monk easily surpassed all others, his strength quietly built from years of unnoticed effort. Only then did he realize all those years of hard work weren't punishment. They were preparation. This monk was Xuanzang, who later became one of history's most revered pilgrims. He traveled thousands of miles, crossing deserts and mountains, facing unimaginable dangers to bring sacred scriptures back to his homeland. Life often gives us hidden trials that seem unfair, even cruel. But beneath these struggles lies quiet wisdom. Your difficulties, your burdens, they're not meaningless. They're secretly shaping you, building resilience, patience, and inner power. Your toughest challenges are never accidents. They are your training ground, quietly preparing you for a greater purpose, guiding you towards the extraordinary destiny that awaits you. Everything in life is impermanent. Success, failure, happiness, sorrow, all are fleeting states that come and go like the wind. Ancient wisdom teaches us, nothing stays forever. Everything arises and everything passes away. We often try desperately to hold on to good things or resist the painful ones. Yet, true peace comes from understanding that life is a constant flow, always changing, always evolving. But here lies the deeper secret. When you do good, don't expect an immediate reward. Kindness performed with expectations isn't genuine kindness, it's a transaction. True virtue lies in quietly doing the right thing without seeking recognition or return. The universe, in its subtle wisdom, rewards goodness in ways you might never anticipate. Perhaps the act of kindness you once gave freely, without thought of repayment, later becomes the invisible force protecting you from harm, guiding you to unexpected blessings, or quietly shaping your destiny for the better. When you plant seeds of kindness without expecting to see them bloom, they often blossom in hidden ways, often when you least expect it, and in forms you might never imagine. Trust that your silent goodness isn't lost. Life records it quietly, returning it to you when you least expect, perhaps not as you asked, but precisely as you need. Remember this gentle truth: the greatest rewards come not to those who demand them, but to those who never asked. Let your kindness flow naturally, and you'll find life's most beautiful blessings appearing when you're not even looking. There was a farmer who, year after year, won awards for growing the best corn in the region. His crops were healthy, vibrant, and unmatched in quality. One day, a reporter asked him, "What's your secret?" To everyone's surprise, the farmer replied, "I give my best seeds to my neighbors." Confused, the reporter asked, "Why would you share your prize-winning seeds with your competitors?" The farmer smiled. "Because the wind carries pollen from field to field. If my neighbors grow poor quality corn, it affects my crops too. When they succeed, I succeed." This simple truth holds profound wisdom. What you give to others always finds its way back to you, whether it's kindness, love, patience, or help. What you offer the world shapes the world you live in. We often think generosity is sacrifice, but in reality, it's intelligent harmony. Helping others rise doesn't diminish you, it strengthens the entire field. So be generous with your goodness, not just because it's noble, but because it's wise. What you plant in others always takes root in you, and when the wind comes, may it carry the best of you into every corner of the world. Not everyone you treat well will treat you the same in return. Some may take advantage of your kindness. Some may misunderstand it. Some may even mock it. But here's the truth you must remember. Your kindness isn't about them. It's about you. What others choose to do is their karma. But how you respond, that's yours. You don't need to see instant results. You don't need applause, recognition, or even gratitude. Because kindness, when done with a pure heart, becomes something more than just a moral choice. It becomes a silent shield. There are times when your small, unnoticed acts of goodness may have quietly diverted harm, softened someone's anger, or even spared you from suffering you'll never know you avoided. There's an old saying in Eastern thought: sometimes The blessings you never asked for are the result of the good you quietly did. So don't stop being kind just because the world seems cruel. Don't harden your heart just because others have closed theirs. Kindness isn't weakness, it's inner strength, it's clarity. It's you refusing to let the darkness of others dim your own light. Be good, not because the world always deserves it, but because you do. Your goodness is your quiet power, and the peace it brings is already your reward. Before every great awakening, there is a season of darkness. Before every transformation, there is a moment of breaking. And before every person rises into who they were meant to become, they fall hard. Some call it fate. Some call it initiation. But whatever name you give it, the truth remains. The ones life chooses for something greater are first tested through pain. There will be moments when everything falls apart. Your plans, your relationships, even your identity. You'll feel lost, betrayed, misunderstood. But those aren't signs of failure. They're signs that something deeper is being stripped away, something false, something small, so that your true self can emerge. Think of the phoenix. It doesn't rise until it burns. The seed doesn't grow until it breaks. And the soul doesn't awaken until it's forced to face itself. When you're at your lowest, life is not abandoning you. It's refining you. You are being stretched to grow. You are being emptied so you can be filled with something greater. You are being shown what matters and what never did. Everyone who has ever done something extraordinary has walked through fire first. Your suffering isn't proof that you're weak. It may be the very sign that you've been chosen for something higher, something sacred, something only pain could prepare you for. Don't curse the fire. Learn to walk through it and rise. Those with true wisdom have all faced serious failures. No matter how talented or prepared you are, sometimes things still fall apart. But perhaps it's not rejection, it's redirection. Maybe life is steering you toward a better path, a greater opportunity waiting just beyond what you can see. You must believe this. Only by enduring and rising through everything can you become one of those truly chosen, not by luck, but by resilience. To be chosen is not about privilege. It's about surviving your own rebirth. And in truth, we are all chosen. The difference lies in one simple question. Will you have the strength to endure the 5 great trials that life has placed in front of you? Number 1, the trial of suffering. You will be broken again and again. You'll lose what you thought mattered. People will leave. Dreams will collapse. But this is not destruction. It is purification. Suffering strips away illusion. What's left is real. What's left is you. Number 2, the trial of purity. You'll walk through mud, temptation, injustice, disappointment. You'll be asked to stay kind when it's easier to be cruel, to stay clean when it's easier to conform. Like a lotus blooming from the dirt, your task is to rise without bitterness, not perfection, integrity. Number 3, the trial of confusion. There will be silence, emptiness, doubt. Nothing will make sense. The path ahead will vanish. And that's exactly when your inner voice must grow louder. This trial isn't here to destroy your direction. It's here to destroy your dependence, to teach you to walk by faith, not sight. Number 4, the trial of compassion. You'll carry the weight of others. You'll feel their hurt, absorb their silence, weep for strangers. This isn't weakness. This is awakening. True power isn't control, it's connection. You'll realize that the strongest hearts are the softest, and that healing others often begins by understanding their pain. Number 5, the trial of power. And finally, when life begins to reward you, will your character still stand? Will you remain humble, generous, awake? Or will success undo what suffering once built? Because power doesn't change you, it reveals you. And those who pass this final trial are not just successful, they are transformed. If you recognize these trials in your own life, don't run. You're not being punished. You're being initiated. And if you can walk through them with grace, you won't just survive, you'll rise. When life brings you to the edge, when every door closes, when every light fades, it's not always the end. Sometimes it's the beginning of something far more powerful. Because rock bottom isn't just a place of despair. It's also the ground from which rebirth becomes possible. The truth is, you don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need perfect timing or absolute clarity. What you need is the courage to stand up one more time, the patience to hold on just a little longer, and the wisdom to see that everything happening right now is part of a larger unfolding. Don't wait for the world to understand you before you move forward. Don't wait for conditions to be perfect before you believe in yourself. And don't let temporary pain convince you that you're unworthy of permanent peace. The ones who rise are not the ones who never fell. They're the ones who learned how to fall with grace, to suffer without bitterness, and to start over again and again with humility and quiet strength. This is the power of inner resilience, the kind that no one sees but everyone feels, the kind that doesn't shout but speaks in presence, the kind that says, "I've been through darkness and I still choose light." So if you're tired, rest, but don't quit. If you're hurting, breathe, but don't close your heart. And if you're standing at the edge, unsure whether to give up or keep going, let this be your reminder. You were never being destroyed. You were being rebuilt in the silence, in the struggle, in the dark. And now it's time to rise.